Okay, hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about my college experience, everything that I've gone through these past few months. I started back in August. I moved in on August 8th, and then classes didn't start till the 13th, and then it just ended December 6th. That's when the last final day was. So yeah, I'm going to be talking about, campus life and grades and, getting into extracurriculars and stuff and roommates and all that. So stay tuned for the rest of the video. The housing portal had been open for so long, and most of the good housing had already been taken, so I was only left with the ratchet places. So that's where I stay. And but yeah, my roommates. So I have two, and in orientation, I picked out my roommate because they let you like request someone else, but if they don't accept it, you get placed with a random roommate. And I didn't want to get a random roommate, so orientation, I was lost always. I was looking for a gymnasium to take our ID pictures, but I didn't know like where to go or like who to find to give this specific form to. So I was just walking around looking lost. And then this other girl walked up to me and was like, "Hey, do you know where such and such is?" It's the same building I was looking for. And I was like, "Oh no, that's what I was looking for." And then we just started like talking and stuff since we were both lost. So yeah, I stayed with her, and then we ended up requesting each other and getting to be each other's roommates. So yeah, so we came. This was back in June, and so we didn't get notified about the overcrowded housing though until like a week and a half before move-in day. And basically they were saying that because we got put in the overcrowded dorms, that we would get a prorated discount or something on our tuition. It was either the tuition part or the housing. I don't remember if it was either one or both, but basically it was like a certain percentage of a discount that we're supposed to get every month or every couple of weeks or something. I still wasn't happy about the situation because before the actual email came out, there was like circulating rumors that there was overcrowded housing, but it was nothing official. So I was like, okay, it's probably not going to affect me. But once I got the letter, I was like, okay. But once we got to the school, they had added like an extra bed and an extra dresser because every room supposed to have two of everything, but since it's only made for two, they couldn't fit three of everything, so they didn't have three closets and three desks. It was only two closets, two desks, and then like a dresser set under the third bed. So basically, when the third roommate came in, she didn't have a closet. So I was like, okay, when she gets here, I'll probably just give her like one of my dressers or something, so she can have room for her stuff. Because I had already moved in. She didn't move in until like a week or so after my roommate and I had already came in. So when she came in, she didn't have as much space, and she had like a lot of stuff. But basically we made it work. It was cramped, but it was like a organized cramped, if that makes sense. And so it was like, see if I can picture it for y'all. So it's like four walls. On opposite from me is my roommate. I'm on one wall, and then my third roommate is on the third wall, and then like the sink is over here, and then the door, and then my closet, and then my roommate stuff. But yeah, it was just kind of cramped. That was the only really issue, because in the beginning the three of us were really cool. Like we were just talking about where we came from, what our major is going to be, and just making small talk, getting to know each other. And it was like a weekend of events they had where all the freshmen came. Like all the freshmen could do like an icebreaker to get to know each other, but she wasn't there for that. So when she got there, we tried our best to like make her feel welcome and stuff, so she wouldn't, because she's from Florida, so we didn't want her to feel like left out or nothing. So we still tried to accommodate her. But yeah, so basically it was 3 to a room, and then 6 to every bathroom. And we basically had to coordinate like who would bring like the shower curtain and the cleaning supplies for the bathroom, shower mats, just little stuff like that. And then yeah, in the beginning everything was nice and good. So moving day is done. The parents go home or whatever, and yeah, so we start to get into the habit of sharing bathroom and stuff because you know we used to having our own stuff, but we get used to sharing. We meet our suite mates and stuff. Everyone's cool, and then down the line, it was always like something was dirty in the bathroom, but it wouldn't be us. Like it would be like a ring around the like a dirt ring around the tub in the shower, and it would be like hair clogging up the drain. It'd be hair like on the side because they have like a lot of wigs and stuff, so they wash their wigs in the tub, but they never clean out the hair. So it would be dirt rings in the tub, it would be hair in the tub, and they wouldn't clean it. And you know, us being us, even though we didn't make the mess, we're not about to take a shower in a dirty tub. So we cleaned it because don't nobody want to take a shower in a dirty tub. But we thought like maybe it was just like a one-time slip up, you know, because everybody, you know, make mistakes sometimes. So we're like, okay, maybe, you know, it's still the beginning. They're not used to having to share a space. Let's just give it some time. So it was fine for whatever because we didn't really want to start any drama. But like it was just consistent dirty every day or every other day. It got to the point where every time we got in the shower, we had to clean it. And it was just like, whenever we wanted to go confront them, they were never there. So it was just like, whatever. But basically the whole roommate situation with the overcrowded housing, in the original email, they told us that like in like October or November that they would start moving people out because they said that they would eventually get enough housing, but for the first like 2 or 3 months, it would have to be, you know, compacted. So they told us that by the end of the first semester, it wouldn't be, you know, 3 to a room anymore. But there's black people. Y'all know how that goes. So we kept getting emails like, oh, soon, you know, we'll be back. But, you know, ain't nobody come knocking on our door telling us, you know, the third roommate can go. So we just sitting here like, okay, whatever. But, yeah, months go by. Everything's fine. And then, basically, for my roommate situation, it was like my roommate and I, we felt that since the room was really small, we could like open the window sometimes or like open the curtain just to like bring some light and fresh air in the room because it felt like a jail cell. Like literally it was so small. And you know, we didn't really know a lot of people, so we was always in the room for most of the time, which is not good, but we were in the room for a good portion of the time, so we didn't want it to be so dark. So my roommate and I, like the one that I picked out, we would open the window sometimes to let in fresh air, but our third roommate didn't like that for some reason, and it was like a bunch of other little stuff that we just didn't agree on. It was like nothing like a big issue, but it was just like, because you know when you live with somebody, the first couple of months or the first like, you know, the first part is you're gonna butt heads because you're just getting to know each other. But it got to the point where it was like we were always butting heads. It was like if I came in the room and she was there, I would leave. If she came in the room, I was there, she would leave. Like it was just like it wasn't going well, and it was like I don't want it to be no animosity because you know we all gotta live in this one room. It's a small room, and if we all, you know, giving each other the side eye, this is not going to be a good situation because we have to be here all the time. So it's not smart to just let stuff build up or something. So my roommate and I were talking like, okay, when the third roommate gets back, we're going to have a talk. Like not like, you know, we need to be buddies and besties, but you know, just to understand that, like, you know, to clear the air. Because like I'm saying, it was always so tense, and I was just like, I mean, I'm good. I got my headphones. I ain't got to worry about nothing. Like, one thing about me, I can be fine by myself. So, if she was like, because my roommate had a problem with the TV. Because I wanted to bring my TV, but it was too big to fit in the room, so I didn't bring it. But the third roommate brought her TV in. But she would play the TV kind of loud. And my roommate, she would be watching a show, but she didn't have no headphones. So, she would always have to, like, listen to the TV in the background, but it would be loud. And whenever she would ask her, like, can you please, like, cut it down a little bit? I'm sorry, y'all. I just had some soda. Forgive me. But the third roommate would just, like, not want to do it. And so my other roommate wasn't going to, like, start no argument over something so small. So it was just like, whatever. I'll just, you know, deal with it. But, yeah, after all, she was like, okay, we all going to have a talk. And we just going to clear the air. And just basically just saying that we have to live together. So if there is any beef, it needs to be dropped. Even though there was like no issue if that makes sense. So like it's crazy because like the day that she said that, when the third roommate came back in, she came in with the RA, and the RA was like, "Oh, such and such is moving out today," and we were like, "Huh? Who moving out?" Because we didn't get no email, we didn't get no notice or nothing. We thought they were just playing. But she was like, "No, the third roommate is moving out," and I was like, "Oh, okay." Like just her name, like XX is moving out. And we were like, "Oh, okay." I mean, whatever. Like that's cool. My roommate was like, "Okay, like we don't have to have the talking anymore. Like it's whatever." And we were also happy because like I said before, we each got a desk, but since it was so cramped, we couldn't bring it out. So um, we had to put the chairs in the hallway because we didn't have anywhere to put them, and then the desk would be under our beds, and we couldn't use them. So we always had to do homework and stuff on our beds, and it was just kind of little stuff like that was just kind of annoying. So yeah, now it's just tutor room. It's just me and the person I picked out from orientation, and like everything is I mean, the room is not, luxurious, but we have like a little bit more space. So now it's just back to two. And then our suite mates, their third roommate moved out too. So now it's how it's supposed to be, like two to a room and four to a bathroom. But some dorms still have overcrowded housing. But yeah. So basically, if you are having a problem with your roommate, or you feel like, or you're nervous about, getting a random roommate, just always keep in the back of your mind that y'all don't have to be best friends, but y'all have to respect each other because y'all have to live in the same space. And, even though you don't know who you're going to get, you can always make the best out of any situation, honestly. So, yeah, for the roommate situation, if it's like you're anxious about getting a random one, just go on with a positive mind. And if there's any like big issue, you can always, tell your RA, and, either you move out or they move out. So it's always the solution. But if it's like you've been with the roommate for a minute and y'all were cool at first and now it's like kind of awkward or it's kind of tense, just clear the air. Like I said, y'all don't gotta be besties, but just like make it known that, we gotta respect each other and stuff. So yeah, my roommate situation wasn't too bad. I mean, because I didn't, like I said, it was no problem. It was just like little button heads and stuff. But yeah, that's the roommate situation right now. My roommate and I are trying to get a apartment like for our junior year, because we know by then like we'll have, a job down here, since we will have been in Albany for 3 years, and we'll have known the city and stuff. So we know that by then we'll have like some money saved up. So we plan on only staying on campus for this year and then our sophomore year. But yeah, roommate situation is pretty good. Yeah, can't complain. That's like my best friend because I kept saying like I'm not getting placed with the random roommate. That's just not gonna work. Like, so I picked her out. We good. Y'all might see her in some videos in the future because she gonna be, popping in and out. So, yeah. Okay, so the next topic that I'm gonna be talking about is campus life and, navigating around campus and getting to know, like, what the different buildings are. So, for me, like I said, my school has an East and West campus. So, when I came for orientation, it comes with a tour, but we only got a tour. It was my mom, my aunt, my grandfather and I, we only got a tour of the West Campus. I had no clue what the East Campus looked like. I didn't even know there was an East Campus. I was just like, okay, they're only showing us one, so this has to be like where everything is at. But yeah, so on the West Campus, that's where like the gymnasium and the cafeteria is bigger than no, it's smaller than East Campus. It's smaller because they have a smaller community. Everything is like, it's not close knit as in like space, but it's close knit as in like it's not as many people over there. So they have the smaller gymnasium, the smaller cafeteria, and the smaller auditorium, whereas the East Campus has everything's bigger basically. But campus life, I would say it's all about you, cause I know the first couple of days it was so hot, like blistering, and I was like, I don't want to go outside because I'm going to sweat. I don't want to go outside for anything, but I had to like look for my buildings and stuff so I could know where my classes was at. But basically, what I did is I remembered some of the names of the upperclassmen that gave the tours from the orientation, and like I would ask them like, "Hey, where is this building?" Or like, "Do you know where this is by?" Or "Do you know if the bus goes to this stop or whatever?" Because honestly, asking a freshman is not going to help because you're lost and they are in the same class as you. So what makes you think they're going to know where their building is at? So it was hard because when you're on your campus, it's like only freshmen. So it's like if you want to see an upperclassman, you have to really like get out there and put yourself out there. So, you know, and I didn't have my card because I didn't want to bring my card at first because I was like, I don't want nobody asking me for rides. I don't want to be no Uber. I don't want everybody trying to be my friend just because I have a card. So I didn't bring it. That was a terrible idea. The worst idea I could ever say I've had because, oh my God, that walking. Like, I know you're thinking, oh my God, you're so lazy. But, like, yo, it was hot. It was so hot. And, like, we had to do so much walking. I was like, if I had my car, bro, we would be living. Because, like, it was me, my roommate, and then one of my friends in high school goes to the same, school as me. So it was the three of us. We always complain, like, oh my God, it's so hot. And then, but yeah, but the other friend is really sociable. So she knew a lot of people, and they, were able to help us. Like, hey, can you, take us to this building or take us to this part of the, because like some of the buildings have like, so it'll be like a J building, but like the top level will be like JA and the bottom will be like JB. Then they have like the classroom numbers. It's kind of complicated, but not really. But for incoming freshmen, it's like what's going on here. So yeah, she knew a lot of upperclassmen, so we reached out to them and they helped us figure out the campus. But basically you learn it as you go. Because like me, I don't like to be looking crazy and looking lost. I was like, I'm going to figure out where all my buildings are, but for the first day of classes, so that I don't have to be looking lost. I don't want to be that kid that gets to class late and everybody just looking at you like, what you doing? Like, I don't have time for that. So I was like, I'm going to figure out where everything is so I can just get on the bus and go. And I did it because, like I said, everybody was looking crazy and looking lost. Everybody was walking in like, oh, this is the wrong class, my bad. Like, I was like, I ain't got time. First impressions are everything. I did not want to be looking crazy. So I figured out where everything was at before, but like I knew where everything was at, but like if you asked me, I couldn't give you good directions. I don't know why, but like when I first figured out, I have to like go there a couple times so it can get fixed into my brain before I can like give the accurate directions to somebody else. So anytime somebody asked me where this was at, I was like, I don't know. And then they'd see me in the classroom like, well, how did you get here? I was like, oh, I just figured it out. Like, looked at the signs and stuff. But yeah, campus life can be either good or bad. It's up to you. Because like they tell us, if you stay in your room the whole time, you're not going to know where anything is at. You're not going to feel comfortable, going there by yourself. Like, you're always going to be like, oh, can you walk with me or can you show me where this is at? Because there's not always going to be someone there to show you, like, where everything is at. So you have to figure it out on your own. But, like, if you get out of your room, because me, y'all know I'm an introvert. I'm very shy and reserved. I don't like to, I mean, I can talk to people when I need to, to make connections. But if it's up to me, I'm not going to, like, put myself in a crowd of people and start talking. Like, that's just not me. But I had to, I had to fake it till I made it. Like, oh, hey, girl, like, you got this class. Could you show me where it's at? Like, oh my gosh. But yeah, I would say if you're active and you have the right mindset about, getting out of your comfort zone, campus life will be great. I mean, obviously, the first couple of weeks are going to be kind of tough. I mean, because it's a new environment because you're going to have to get acclimated. But, yeah, just have a positive mindset, and campus life won't ever be like, oh, I hate having to go here because I get lost every time, or I don't like having to ask somebody for directions every time, or something like that, So campus life gets better as it goes along, but yeah, that's pretty much it. My campus life is good now. Cause like at first, when I would like walk to the student center, it seemed like such a long walk. I was like, I am never going to the student center ever because this walk is too long, and I don't have the patience. But like now, it's like, oh, that's nothing. Like it's just right there. It's not that far. Excuse me, but yeah, it gets better as you go along, and it's all about you and your mindset. Okay, now to the nitty gritty. Classes and like the different majors and stuff. So, like I said in my get to know me video, my major is nursing. Um, a little backstory: I originally wanted to do pharmacy. I originally wanted to go to Xavier in Louisiana for that, but basically, that school was expensive, and I applied for financial aid, and they gave me a financial aid package, but they gave me like a Parent Plus loan. And I didn't want to have I didn't want to have that. I didn't want to have myself taking out loans and then my mom taking out loans, and then like I didn't want to have multiple people taking out all this money for me, you know. So I was like, nah. And then like I did an appeal because like for some schools you can appeal for more financial aid if they like if your grades are good. I think it's like yeah. So I applied for. I mean I appealed for more financial aid. Um, I qualified. My grades were good. It was basically like um, your second semester grades have to be better than your first semester grades. And I was like, oh, that's easy because second semester is always much better for me. So so basically you have to apply for an appeal. Then they tell you if you qualify, and then after that, then they review like all your grades and stuff, and basically decide whether you really deserve to get more financial aid. So they told me I got approved, and then I'm looking and I'm like, okay, I see a difference, but it's like not a big difference. So when they told me the amount that they gave me more, it was $100 more. $100 more. I was like, okay, like y'all are really trying to be funny, but I'm not laughing. Like I'm actually trying to go to the school and y'all are playing. The school's already expensive just because I'm, out of state student. Then it's a medicine school, so it's already gonna be high. You're gonna give me $100 more, really? So I was like, you know what? My original plan was just to go where I'm at now for 2 years and then transfer to Xavier my junior year, just because your major doesn't start till your junior year anyway. So I was like, okay, I'll just wait, and then I'll save money anyway because I'll be at a cheaper school. It's closer to home. I won't have to pay out of state tuition prices. So yeah, my major is nursing, and they gave me a list of all the classes that I had to take, but they put all the easy classes for first semester only because every freshman had to have a schedule before they could apply for housing. So when you were at orientation, if you didn't have a schedule, if you didn't make your schedule, they made one for you, and then they said you could just change it later on when you start your classes. If you figure out you don't like it, you can drop it, fix it, whatever. So I was like, okay, cool. They basically just gave out all the generic classes just to get it done. So I didn't take any hard classes this semester. I took a first year pathway class. I think every institution has a first year class that's mandatory, but it's only for like half a semester and it's only one credit, so it doesn't count. But I took a first year class. I took college algebra, American government, um, English 1102, music appreciation, and then fitness. I had a fitness class at 8 a.m. every Monday and Wednesday. Now, I know y'all like, oh my God, what? I can never do that. But see, I'm a morning person, but I'm not. Like, I'm a morning person in a way that I like to get all my stuff done in the beginning. So if I have a lot to do, I'm gonna want to do it like in the morning and get up early type, so I can just have the rest of the day to chill, instead of having to like, I mean, sleeping in is good, but like you finish your day later and you be more tired because it's later. So it's like I like to get my stuff done early. But if you try to talk to me in the morning, like have a conversation, I don't know what to tell you because, But yeah, so I had an 8 a.m. fitness class, and I was like, that's gonna be good because you waking up, working out, get your day started good. So I had my fitness class on Mondays and Wednesdays. It was at 8 a.m. And then after that, I had my math class, and then I had my government class. Now, another thing about the classes at some schools, well, for my school in particular, because we have two separate campuses, some classes, like it'll be like for me, example, my the fitness class was on West Campus, but the fitness class and my math class was on West Campus, but my the government class was on East. But it was enough time for me to drive from campus to campus. So that's another thing about the classes. It'll be on like sometimes they're split up between the two campuses we have. But yeah, so Tuesdays and Thursdays I had the first year class, music appreciation, and English. and then Friday I only had one class. That was really annoying because the only class I had on Fridays was math class, but the math class wasn't, you know, required to meet 3 times a week. It's only required to meet two. So instead of him teaching Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, he's only getting paid to teach Monday and Wednesday. He just added the Friday. And when we asked him why, he was like, "Oh, I want to make sure you guys really get the content. I want to make sure that, you know, Friday can be our question day, and you know, if there's any questions or anything, that day will be the day that we can review, and I really want to make sure you guys pass, so that's why I'm doing it on my own." I was like, "Oh, that's sweet." At first I was like, he just trying to be extra, like, why are you adding an extra day? But he's a really good teacher. So yeah, so Mondays and Wednesdays were like the days I got my stuff done early in the day, but then Tuesdays and Thursdays they started later. So, you know, Mondays and Wednesdays my day started at 8, it ended at like 12. Tuesdays and Thursdays my day started at like 11 and ended at 5:45. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't. But it's over now. So yeah, my classes, honestly, the first couple of weeks were kind of easy because um, I think, you know, if you go to a school in Georgia, you probably use Georgia View. So all of our classes were on there, and so all they did was just add assignments online. And so the first couple of weeks were kind of annoying because we would come to class just for them to be like, "Oh, go online and do this. Okay, bye." Like literally 5 minutes. You can send that in the email. But they basically had it where all the assignments were online, so it was basically like pass or fail. Like if you did the assignment, had a good grade. If you didn't, you know, whatever. They did that so the first couple of weeks, they know it's going to be kind of crazy for the students, so they wanted to make the workload a little easier on the first half of the semester. So that's why they did that. But then, like, as the semester went on, it became like, you know, um, online assignments, and you know, now attendance is mandatory. So if you don't come, it was like if you miss, you're allowed 3 absences, and then after like the fourth one, it goes down a grade letter. Fifth one, another 6, and then if you get like 7, you got to retake the class. So yeah. So basically, it was they didn't start counting the absences until later in the semester because, you know, everything's supposed to be smooth running in the first smooth sailing in the first couple of weeks. So after that, it was like, you know, online assignments, and then attendance, and then, you know, in class assignments, you know, whatever, you know, your average workload in the classroom. So as it got on, it for me, it wasn't harder. It just went from really easy to regular. Cause like I went to hard schools. Like I went to hard schools, y'all. I went to some hard schools. I had some tough love, all of that. Like I'm talking about, I was doing the most. So I was like ready for this in a way. But then it was the hurricane. The only thing about Albany State is that they're supposed to be unsinkable. So when they have storms, like, you know how some schools, if it's like a snowstorm or something, and it's like 5 days that they have to miss school, they'll add some days to the school year to make up for that. Albany does not do that. Since they're supposed to be unsinkable, when they have a storm, they're supposed to be storm ready. So there's never been a case where they extend the school year. So whatever days you miss, that's just it. And some professors are smart and they're like, okay, we understand that now we have a bigger workload with a shorter time span. So let me take off some of the assignments so I'm not trying to bombard you with all of this stuff and then on top of that make you study for finals. Then there are the professors that are like, okay, whatever, I'm just going to cram everything into 1 week. Oh my gosh, y'all. So we missed like a week, I would say, of, well, it was like a week and like 2 days or something like that. But we missed a week. And when we got back, you know, the classes was the school was just like, it's up to your professor as to whether they, you know, waive any previous assignments or they keep it up. So talk to your professors basically. And every professor was cool. Like, for example, my music appreciation class for the semester, she made it where we had to attend three concerts, and then we have to write a paper on each one of them. And yeah, it'd be like half the grade would be like your attendance, like you supposed to go up there and like sign in, so she know you there, and then you give her the ticket at the end, so she know you didn't leave early, and then write a paper. But After the hurricane, she was like, okay, y'all don't have to write the papers anymore. And instead of attending 3 concerts, you can now attend 2. So we were like, okay, thank you for, like, accommodating. My English teacher, on the other hand, she's one of the teachers that has, like, online assignments and in-class assignments. And then, like, for the online assignments, it's not rare for her to put them in there, but she puts them in like once a month, and it's not around the same time. So normally she tells us like, hey, check Mind Tab, do your assignments, whatever. But it was like after the hurricane, she put assignments in there, but she didn't tell us, so we didn't think to check it because she tells us like, you really only need to check it when I tell you, because I mean, I put everything in there, so you're gonna know if you need to check it or not. So we weren't checking it, and then I think it was like the day after we got back, she put in like 11 assignments. Now the assignments are not hard; they're really easy, but they're time consuming. It's like a simulation type thing, like where you have to, like, if you're getting trained for like a job or something, or like for getting your driver's license, you have to watch the video, but you have to watch the whole thing. You can't like skip it. You have to watch it, and you gotta answer questions. Then you gotta read something. It's just time consuming. Like, and then she put 11 of them in there, 11, and she made them do like within 24 hours. 24 hours, do 11 assignments. I was like, we had a discussion because we couldn't do that. We were like, why are you making us do all these assignments? She was like, well, I can't take them off because I already set a specific end date for the assignments, and if I take them off, it's going to mess up the scaling, and your grades are going to be messed up, and this, that, and the third. So basically, I can't take them off. And we were like, okay, well, that you should have told us, but at this point, it was too late to complain. It was just like, get it done or fail. So I had to wake up extra early to finish the assignments because I wasn't about to fail. But yeah, so after that, after all the work was accommodated for the hurricane, as far as finals, it was something I wasn't used to, because like for my fitness class, it ended really early. Like I thought that all classes end the same time, but no. Like I said, the first year pathway class ended like mid-semester, but the my fitness class was like the first one to end, so every class ended on a different date, so every final was on a different day. My final for my fitness class was like 2 weeks before my other final, so I was like, what is this? But my all the rest of my finals was between December 1st and December 6th, and then after you finish your last final, you can go home. And yeah, so next semester gonna be kind of hard though, because now I have to take biology, human anatomy, I got a lab class, I got English 1102, I got a public speaking class, psych, and then U.S. history or world history. It's one of those. But it's so annoying because instead of it being like distributed evenly throughout the 5 days in a week, it's 5 classes on one day and 1 on the other. Now, I don't have classes on Mondays and Fridays, so that's a good thing. But it's like Tuesdays and Thursdays, my days start at 8 a.m. and end at 5:45. I have not been to school that long since middle school. That is a long time. But I'm going to get it done. So basically, for the classes, they give you your easy classes in the beginning of the semester. At the first semester of the school year, so you can get acclimated. And in your second semester, they give you your harder classes. Some of your harder classes that are required for you to enter your major for your junior year. So yeah, my advisor says that I'm on track for the 2020 track to start my nursing degree. So really excited about that. And yeah, so that's it about the classes in the major. Oh, one more thing. Make sure y'all talk to y'all professors. Get to know them. Go to their office during their office hours. Email them. I had to harass my professors because they were always like, oh yes, email me all the time. I will always answer. No, they don't. They don't answer. And then when you ask them, they're like, oh, I didn't check it. I'm like, how you gonna tell me to email you and not go check your email? So, and I would email them. I would email them again. And then I go to their office and I'm like, hey, did you get my emails? They're like, what? So you gotta harass them. Stay on top of it. Ask for help, because most institutions have a lot of free tutoring and stuff that you just don't know about, and like they're really willing to help, but you have to get the help. You can't wait for somebody to come up to you and be like, hey, your grades are slacking, you need a tutor. You got to go out and get it yourself. So Yeah. As far as changing your major, um, don't like if you have to change your major, don't look at it as a bad thing. That doesn't mean like, oh my god, my life is off track. No, because everybody has different interests, and like people have a change of heart. So like I just said, I came into school thinking I'm about to be a pharmacist. Now I'm about to be a nurse. Like even though it's still in the same medical field, it's two totally different, you know, realms. So it's never a bad thing to change your major. Just make sure like you stay on track and you make sure your credits are up and you got everything, ready. Um, yeah, as far as the classes, it's all about time management, organization, because you have to set a schedule. Like, hey, because most times there'll be like a bunch of time and you won't know what to do with it. Like when I first had my schedule, and I was like, I'm gonna be done at 12 o'clock. What am I gonna do from 12 to when I'm about to go to bed? Like that's a long time. But it's like, okay, you gotta plan it out. Like, hey, I'm gonna spend this amount of time on this subject, and I'm gonna take a break. Then I'm gonna work on this subject, take a break. Do that so it's even and you don't feel like you overwhelmed and stuff. So time management, organization, ask for help, and stay focused. That's it. Okay, so the last one I'm gonna talk about is social life. Honestly, for me, when I was first applying to college and I was like getting ready to go, I was like, how am I gonna do all this stuff? Because me, when I was in school, I was always like in a bunch of extracurriculars. I was always doing something. Like I feel like I don't know. I like to have a balance. I don't like to just do one thing. Like I don't like to just do schoolwork and then nothing else. Like I want to do schoolwork and then go run around and act a fool, get crazy a little bit. I was always trying to be active. So I was like, how am I going to do this? Because I know the medical field is really strenuous and it's going to be a lot of work. And I'm going to have to just do it. Like, this is what I picked, so I have to do it. But I was like, I don't want to just be that girl that's like always in her room doing homework. Like, I want to get out, have a little fun. But, what I would say is that, because like me, I haven't even joined any clubs yet, honestly. And this is why, because I basically planned that I was going to take my first semester to, get to know the campus, get to know my classes, make friends, get to know my professors, get a system set up, get a system set up so I know like how to organize my stuff. And then second semester, I would join like different clubs and stuff, and start getting more active in the campus life, just so I can have a balance, like I said. But yeah, that's what the advice that I would give as far as that. Like, just wait it out. Like, don't jump in trying to do everything. Cause me, I was like, I'm going to be in the debate club. I'm about to be the president. I'm about to run for Miss Albany State. I'm about to be this, and this. Like, I want to be involved, which is good. But at the same time, you need to sustain a foundation. So you need to know, like, okay, I have time for this, but I gotta study, but I can still go to this event, I can, make it work and have a good balance. Because that was my thing. Before, I would dive in, trying to do everything, and then I would fail. I would get myself together, don't get me wrong, but I would always flop at some point. It would always it would always become too much. It would always be like that because I would never wait. I would be like, all right, first week of school, I gotta get into something like, come on, we gotta, I need to be cheering, dancing, stepping, something. Like, I gotta do something. But, like, now it's just like, okay, you gotta wait, like, just chill. Because college is really different, obviously, because you have a lot more freedom and everyone's not gonna be harassing you like in high school. Like, hey, you have these missing assignments, you have, you missed this day, you didn't take this test, when are you gonna make it up? Like, if you have to really do your own thing. And that's why you need to take time. Like, I'm taking time for myself because I know that, since I'm not to be on my own, I need to get to know myself before I try to get to know everybody else and try to do everything else. So now it's just like, I'm chilling. I got like my system set up, so now I can, get into more stuff. And I'm excited, honestly, because when I first got to college, I was like, I don't know what I'm about to do. Like, it's so many things. Like, how am I going to pick? Like, how am I going to have a balance? How am I going to stay focused with all these distractions? Like, it's 15,000 parties, 15 kickbacks, 15 club meetings, interest meetings. It's so much, but you have to just like remember to chill and wait before you do it. Because if you don't, well, I mean, not everybody gonna flop. Because Everybody not me, but it's just smart to wait, and uh, that's good coming from me because if you know me, I'm very impatient. I am very impatient, and it's like if something don't go my way, I'm like quick to try to fix it myself before like just waiting. So yeah, for our social life, just wait, get acclimated, and you don't have to wait a whole semester. Maybe you might feel comfortable after a couple weeks, or whatever. Everybody's different, but basically, my thing is just like wait. Fill the campus out, get everything situated with yourself. Make sure you good, you comfortable, you like the school before you start getting involved into all this stuff. So you can make sure you have the best time possible. Because like I said, it's all about your mindset. You may not like the school, but you can always make the best out of a situation. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you want to know my grades, I got all A's and B's. I aced on my finals. That was hard, by the way. That was hard because I had to, like I said, I had to harass my professor. I had to stay up late, wake up early, but I got it done. So yeah, that's it about my college experience for my first semester. I'll give y'all another update. Um, next semester when it's over. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Comment, like y'all college experiences or any additional questions I can answer in the comments about my particular experience. Yeah, let me know if you are in college and you have like a bad roommate that you want to move out, or like if you having any struggles with the college life, because we all going through it. Like I've been asking my friends like, "How's college?" They're like, "I'm struggling and I want to die, but I'm good." Like everybody going through the same struggle. So yeah, that's it. Make sure y'all tap that notification bell so y'all know when I upload. And I will see y'all next Wednesday.